And there it goes. It went into the warming mode and never finished cooking out. So I'm going to call the pressure cooking attempt a failure. At this point, we're going to remove everything out of it and finish cooking it on the stove. Hey guys, today we're going to do a little cooking it. We're going to use the Instant Pot, and we're going to cook up some ham slices and scalloped potatoes. So well, let's just see how they come out. And we have these boxed cheddar and bacon, and we're going to cook them up into the Instant Pot. We're also going to be having some boneless ham steaks. We're going to use them and see if we can cook these all together in the Instant Pot and just see what they come out. Never cooked this way before, so we'll just see what we got. This is our Instant Pot. This is an old one. Sue has had this one for a number of years. It's quite small. It doesn't have a lot of features to it. The other day I tried to use it to saute with, and just wasn't that great to saute. It would get warm and it would kick off. And these original ones, they call them a pressure cooker. The new ones they call an Instant Pot. This one happens to be the Cook's Essentials. It has a few settings on it. It has a warmer, has a preset, and different things that you can cook with, and it works okay. But the some of the issues with it, does take a little while for it to heat up, and it also doesn't have the browning feature or the saute feature on it, which would really be nice. It's also kind of small. You can take the lid off. I'm not sure, but I think it's only, I don't know, maybe 2-3 quarts. It's pretty small, basically a single serving. But we're gonna see if we can fit this in here today and cook up some like a scalloped potato and ham slices. Okay, what we're using, these are the Betty Crocker cheddar and bacon that we're using today, the box mix. And the recipes for the stove top is kind of what we're going to base it around. They're using 2 1/3 cups of water, 1/3 cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of butter, and then we'll cook them down. But we're going to do this in the Instant Pot or the pressure cookers for what we have today. And I'm out of butter, so what we're going to do is substitute the milk with half and half, and that should give the extra creaminess that it would need to make them up. Okay guys, we're getting ready to add the ingredients. So we need 2 1/3 cup of water. So that's a 2 cups here. This is 1/3. And then we're also going to use, instead of milk, we're going to use half and half. So we're going to put, it calls for a 1/3 cup of half and half. So we're going to put a 1/3 cup of half and half in it. And then they come with this. This is the sauce mix that comes in the package there. It's a cheese sauce mix. We're going to add the cheese sauce mix to it. And then we're just going to give it a little stir up here just to kind of mix the ingredients together. This has little chunks of bacon in it too, so add a little extra there with the chunks of bacon into it. Alright, I always like to add some extra ingredients. So I have this minced garlic. And so what we're going to do, we're going to add a liberal amount of minced garlic. Everything's good with garlic in it, so this can's almost empty, so we're going to just kind of finish it up here. Put the rest of this garlic in it there. I just love to smell it. Open it up, and it's just the smell of garlic is, it just smells great. Okay, our next step, this is the potatoes they have. These things look almost like a potato chip. but we're going to add the entire thing's going to be getting full. That's the problem with this smaller Instant Pot. It tends to fill up very quickly there, so I hope I have enough room to slice up my ham yet and put the ham into it. I'm going to slice my ham up here. Try to get it sliced in nice chunks here, but yet small enough. I don't want it too small because I like to have it like more like a ham steak, but being the crock pot is limited in space, or the Instant Pot, I'm going to just cut these up into like nice little chunks like this. Just kind of do it three-way, and then just cut it in two. And then we're going to add this to the Instant Pot right over top of the potato mixture. Okay, the next thing to see if this will all fit in here, so what we're going to do is just layer this right in top of the potatoes and the milk and water mixture. I think it'll all fit. There's a line right up here at the top. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's supposedly the fill line. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to just have enough to fill that right to the top. Okay guys, you can see it's right up to the top there, so there was just enough room. I wouldn't want this pot to be any smaller to this, but again, this is all an experiment. I've never made this before, so you're going to kind of share with me and see how it comes out. Alright, the next step is put the lid on it here. It's kind of got its own little thing. You put it all the way in until it locks tightly here. And then we just need to set the timer up here. And I'm just going to set it for 7 minutes. So I hit this DIY, to do it yourself, and I hit it till it goes up to 7. And then all I have to do is hit the start button, and it's ready to go. What it's going to do first here is it'll get up to pressure. It gets hot enough inside that it starts to make steam. Also, I notice up here at the top, you always want to shut this steam valve so it locks that down, otherwise your steam will escape but yeah, just wait till it comes up to pressure, and after it does here, it'll lock. There's a little thing up here on top that locks in place. It locks that in and holds that pressure, and I'm going to cook it for 7 minutes, and it should be done at 7 minutes. So let's curiosity do a timer here. It's 3:05. Let's see how long it takes it to come up to pressure. There, it just now closed off, which means that it's now all the heat inside will transfer and cause pressure to build up, and then after a while the countdown timer will go off and start the actual cooking process under pressure. Okay, this is about the third attempt that I've tried to cook this up with the Instant Pot. It has gave me a few little issues before. This is an old one. We've had this around. Sue bought it quite a few years back, and what it does is it gets up, it locks, and then it kicks off and doesn't finish cooking. And we reset it. We got it set now for 6 minutes because it's gotten hot to boil, but not went into the pressure cooking cycle here. Right now I can hear it steaming again. I cleaned everything all up. This is the third attempt, and you can see the steam is beginning to come out where this locking mechanism is. And after it gets hot enough, the pressure will build up, and this will close that valve off, causing the pressure to build up, and it becomes a pressure cooker at this point. Well, what's happening after it locks off, it never goes into the countdown cycle and just kicks off and just goes into the warming mode. So again, like I say, this is the third attempt. We're going to see what it does this time. Right there, it just locked down. That means the little valve closed the unit down, so at this point it becomes airtight, and the pressure will build up in it. Okay, we have it set at 6 minutes, and we're going to see that should get a P. Where that red 0 is, you should get a P, and at that point it starts pressure cooking. We're just going to keep the camera on here and just see what we end up with. And there it goes. It went into the warming mode and never finished cooking out. So I'm going to call the pressure cooking attempt a failure. At this point, we're going to remove everything out of it and finish cooking it on the stove. But again, this is an older unit. Had it for quite a while, and I did cook addition it yesterday, and I was having some issues with it. But being it's an older unit, I'm going to say it's probably defective at this point. And so, you know, maybe we'll just kind of give up on this pot and cook the old-fashioned way. So far, I've taken twice as long to cook this dish as I could have just done it manually. Okay, right now we're letting the pressure out. We're going to go ahead and just cook it on the stove. Alright guys, here's our ham and scalloped potatoes all done up. Finished it out on the stove, and didn't take long to finish out on the stove. In fact, a lot quicker than the old Instant Pot did. Alright guys, here's the scalloped potatoes with the ham steaks sliced up into it. It looks good, came out good, tastes good. It's just the cooking process with the Instant Pot was a complete failure, so we got to eat supper regardless. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today of the cooking the ham steaks and the scalloped potatoes with the Instant Pot, which was a complete failure as far as the Instant Pot goes, but as the dish goes, it came out really good. And so I think we're going to retire that Instant Pot, and who knows, maybe we'll look for a new one in the future there. But hey, if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. I can say we didn't have a lot of fun doing it because it was kind of frustrating. But hey, if you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to the page, and we'll talk to you the next time.